Well, it's time now for the business news, and I'm joined in the studio by Delana D'Souza. Hi,
Good
Delana.
morning, Emma.
And we're starting out with a surprise decision out of OPEC.
That's right, Emma. The oil-producing cartel has agreed to cut output for the first time since 2008. Between 32.5 to 33 million barrels per day will be slashed, according to ministers. OPEC had been under pressure to freeze output from the likes of Venezuela and Nigeria, but the most influential member, Saudi Arabia, said any deal would require regional rival Iran getting on board. Here's what the OPEC conference president had to say after 6 hours of talks.
Market is going to balance anyway, but we needed to accelerate this rebalancing process by sharing, if you like, the burden of adjusting the production.
So how have the oil markets been reacting to that?
Well, Emma, prices initially surged 6%, but they have leveled off in the past few hours. That's because how much output each country will produce will only be decided at the next OPEC meeting in November. Brent crude marginally higher at this hour, trading at $48.75 a barrel. Asian stock markets have reacted positively to the output cut. The Nikkei in Japan ending Thursday session up over 1.5%, green across the board elsewhere in Asia. Time to switch gears now and head on down to the Paris Motor Show that's gotten underway. Several car makers, including Ford, Volvo, Rolls-Royce, Bentley and Lamborghini, have decided to give this year's event a skip. One car maker that is present, however, is Tata Motors' Jaguar Land Rover, and we can cross over and speak with the company's Global Sales Operations Director, Andy Goss. Andy, good morning to you. How important are events like the Paris Motor Show, given that Jaguar Land Rover sales have dominated this year, and many car makers are no-shows?
Well, for us, we love coming to Paris every other year, and this year is no exception. We've got an opportunity here to show our brand new Land Rover Discovery, reveal it for the first time to the world, actually, and certainly to the European public. You're right, we've got a great performance in Europe. We're up 34% this year, but we think the Paris show is a very important show to come to.
Now, Andy, where do you see the global car market, and what pockets of growth is Jaguar Land Rover eyeing?
Well, globally, this year, from our perspective, we're up 24% in the calendar year. We're seeing growth in virtually every market. I mean, China's come back strongly. We're up 26% in the USA. As I say, we're up 34% in Europe. China's certainly come back as a market for us. I heard your previous report. Some of the oil-based countries like Russia and the Middle East are more difficult. If there are oil price changes, then that could bring those marketplaces back together as well. But from our perspective, we've got quite a wide sales and indeed quite a wide production footprint globally now. So if one market goes down, we try and balance out with the rest of the world situation. And so far, that's tended to work.
Now, Jaguar Land Rover remains a British car maker at heart. What outcome are you hoping for from the Brexit talks with the EU without jobs in the UK being put in jeopardy?
Well, over a long period of time now, we've moved from effectively a British export company to an international company. We build cars in China, Brazil, India, and we recently announced that we'll build a brand new car plant in Slovakia. Our UK plants, by and large, are working 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. So, our situation from a production perspective is quite normalised. Our expectation and our hope is that this is not an encouragement to start producing tariffs, because that's not in the interest of ourselves, it's not in the interest of the European manufacturers, and it's certainly not in the interests of our consumers, either here or in the UK. We'd also like to see the opportunity to continue employing the best labour irrespective of where they were born. That's our hope, our aspirations, and that's the comments that we're making to the UK government.
Now, Andy, given the OPEC announcement yesterday on Wednesday about a potential freeze in output, how would car makers like you react to higher oil prices?
Well, we deal with all sorts of fluctuations in our business all the time. I mean, I've been in this, this car industry for 35 years. I've seen currency changes, I've seen oil price changes, I've seen recessions, and I've seen booms. And, we deal with it, quite frankly. So, as I said before, there's always one market that's suffering, but there's always one market that's booming at the same time. We have got a global sales footprint now, so we're not overexposed to any one individual market. And moving forward, clearly, the whole car industry will have a proliferation of different technologies as well. Oil-based products, hybrid vehicles and electric vehicles as well. So there is a different platform moving forward, I think.
And Jaguar Land Rover unveiled the Discovery SUV at the Paris Motor Show. Is the trend going back to bigger cars? Haven't we seen that the world has moved on and prefers smaller, more compact cars, more energy efficient cars?
Well, please don't presume that bigger doesn't mean efficient. I mean, we've taken 480 kilos out of this fifth generation Discovery. The CO2 is only 159 grams per kilometre now on what is a 7-seater family vehicle. So, by the use of technologies and lightweight aluminium, we've moved the whole situation forward. So big doesn't mean inefficient anymore. And as you will recall, during the course of the past 12 months, we've launched brand new state-of-the-art Ingenium engines, which we've put in a whole range of new Jaguar and Land Rover products. So we're all on a glide path to reduce CO2 in Europe and indeed elsewhere in the world. So this vehicle, this brand new Discovery, we expect to be a real wow. The reaction so far has been incredibly positive. So you can have the best of both worlds. You can have versatility, capability and smart, efficient CO2 as well.
Andy Goss, thank you very much for joining us here on the program this morning. Moving on.
Moving on to musical matters now, and it looks like there could be some consolidation happening when it comes to streaming services.
That's right, Emma. According to the Financial Times, Spotify is in advanced talks to acquire its Berlin-based rival SoundCloud. In July, it was reported the sale could be valued at $1 billion. A deal by Sweden-based Spotify could turn on the pressure on American rivals like Apple Music. Fierce competition has meant that music streaming services have been struggling to turn a profit. Next, first there was a recall of millions of Galaxy Note 7 smartphones, and now Samsung has another headache on its hands. The company is in active discussions with consumer authorities in the United States, this after potential safety issues concerning some of its top-loading washing machines exploding. Machines manufactured between March 2011 and this April are likely to have issues. Samsung has recommended consumers use the lower-speed delicate cycle when washing bulky items until it can offer a fix. That's the business news. I'll hand it back to you, Emma.
Thanks very much indeed, Delano.